everyone, I'm Aria and welcome to another speed build. So this is my first build with the new Cottage Living pack and I have to say I absolutely love it. I didn't really have any doubts that I wouldn't, but you know, I do love it, as I'm sure many other people do. So when I was looking through the lot names and everything, I noticed that in this pack they've actually used like proper street addresses for the lot names instead of just random names like they have previously. Whenever I've tried to create like a save file for myself, which has never worked, I've always renamed the lots to like proper street addresses. So this one is called 4 Olde Mill Lane, and I thought it would be the perfect place for a mill of some kind. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do watermill or windmill, and I did see quite a lot of people already doing watermills with the two new debug items that we have. They spin in opposite directions, which I think is really cool. And I've done windmills before, I've done watermills before, so I'll probably end up doing both at some point. But for this one, I thought a windmill would look really cute. So the day after I built this, Fantasims uploaded a tutorial video on how to create your own windmills. So I will link that video in the description for anyone who would like to make their own. I think eventually she will upload the ones that she made as a room on the gallery, so you can download them and put them in your builds yourself, which I think is really cool. So this build is only base game and cottage living, and I usually struggle with, you know, pack restricted builds or limited pack builds, whichever you call them. This one I found so easy. It doesn't really have very many base game items in because most of the items we have in the new pack, you can probably build an entire house just from these items, which I think is really cool. The only thing that I did miss is probably some more curtains. The ones that we have, there's like a blind, they do look really nice, and the base game ones do match pretty well, but they're just not quite what I was looking for. To be honest, the ones from the cats and dogs pack are probably perfect if you size them down to go over the counters in the kitchen, for example. But as a, you know, limited pack build, I think it would have been nice just to have some come with this pack, sorry. But you know, the base game ones work perfectly fine. So I had some issues with this, not with the build itself, with the actual game, with my computer. I know quite a lot of people struggled to download this pack when it was first released. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to download this pack, and it didn't actually download until about 8:30 roughly, and I think that was because of the whole server issue. My like billing thing said that I had purchased it, and when I went in game it said that I owned it, but for some reason, you know, Origin just wouldn't download it, and there was no option either. It was like the box was missing. I had 2 items in Origin for this game. One of them said like to buy it, and then nothing happened when you clicked on it, and then the other one, like the box was missing, it was just blank. I saw some people were like requesting a refund and then rebuying it. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to mess everything up, so I was just patient. I just waited, and you know, it did take a couple hours, but I got it eventually, and I was really happy. So I could like spend all day building, only for my computer to then crash when I was about 2 hours in. And I usually like to stop OBS after like an hour or so and then start recording again, so that I've definitely kept the footage. This time I didn't, and just built for like 5 hours non-stop because I was just too excited, and my computer, I don't think, liked that very much. So yeah, it crashed and I lost quite a lot of the footage. Most of it was corrupted. I managed to save about 2.5 hours, which is what you are seeing now. It literally took me all day to try and salvage the footage that I did, so I'm really pleased that I managed to. I always seem to have problems, and honestly it's very annoying. So I'm gonna have to try and find a way of making sure that these things don't happen in the future, because it's very frustrating. So yeah, hopefully you don't mind that the interior isn't included in this. I have tried to take a lot of different shots for the tour at the end so you can see the inside. There's a little bit of outside that I think is missing too, but I'm pretty sure most of it's included. I think it's just like a couple of landscaping pieces that I added at the end. But yeah, you know, things happen. So we are finishing off the windmill here. I've just used some base game planks and used the tool mod to rotate them. And this little wheel thing, I think, is actually from the tractor. It's in the debug menu and it's really cute. I've used it as a little decoration in the garden near the chicken coop too, which I think it's really cute. I've tried to use the tractor. It doesn't quite fit where I put it, but I had to use it because it's so good. I wanted things like this for so long, as I'm sure many of us have. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy. There's 2 other builds that I have in mind to build kind of next. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. The first one is a starter home, like a simple living, eco-friendly, all of that wonderful stuff, to kind of incorporate the other things that we have in the other packs in the game. I think they would be really cool. I'm not sure eco lifestyle really matches style wise, but in terms of gameplay, I think will be really good. The other one is like a big farmhouse. I know a lot of people are doing that right now, and it's just, I love it. I really love it. My differences in the family tree challenge that I'm playing on Tumblr, I'm almost at the end of Gen 1, which is the farming gen, and I've tried to put it on hold. I've increased the amount of posts that are in the queue to try and catch up to where I currently am in game, and I've kind of stopped playing it. I haven't played it for a couple weeks now, just because I wanted to wait until this pack came out so that I could use some of these features and items in that challenge. I've pretty much already completed Gen 1, but I wanted to use some of these things, and just to, you know, this pack, to be honest, is just like Molly Pepper in build form for anyone who knows who she is, and I just wanted to give her, you know, the farm of her dreams before we move on to Gen 2, which is the complete polar opposite of this pack. So I wanted to kind of use it before we move on. So these debug items for this fence, I didn't realize that there was so many. Like, obviously with each pack we get lots of debug items, but this one seems to have so many more debug items in it compared to previous packs that we've gotten, and I don't know whether they've done that on purpose, you know, because they know that we love debug items and we love building with them, because they just make everything look a little bit more like it fits, a little bit more seamless, I guess. Especially these like grass items, and there's some like mushrooms and things that I've used all over the place because they're just so cute and I can't not use them, and I'm going to use them all the time now. Speaking of debug items, I put this little, I think it's like a water pump, and I found there's this little brush from I'm guessing brushing cows and llamas. I haven't gone into gameplay just yet, so I'm not sure. And then there's like a little bucket. I use this metal bucket to begin with, and then find a wooden bucket, which I think works a lot better, so I end up swapping that out. It's just so nice for decorative items. I didn't limit myself with budget on this one because I wanted to use everything. I just wanted to use all of it. This little kind of greenhousey bit that you can see is actually the kitchen. I saw a picture on Pinterest of it was the inside of a kitchen, and it had like windows all the way around, like it was a modern extension on an old farmhouse, which I really liked the kind of the look of, the feel of, and the lighting is amazing. I've tried to include as much as I could in the tour so that you can see the lighting, but coming through the windows, it's so nice. And I don't know whether that's the game, whether it's the lighting mod, whether it's Reshade, I don't know, but maybe it's all of them all together, and it's so nice. I was just like looking at it for ages because the lighting was just wow. I kind of wish that we had butterflies in terms of the spawners. We've got dragonflies, which I put everywhere, fireflies, which I've also put everywhere. I've seen a picture of somebody using these duck spawners where they've sized them down to create like little tiny baby ducks. My game won't let me do that, unfortunately, and I don't know why, and it makes me kind of sad because I want baby ducks. But you know, for anyone that it does work, you just size them down and you have baby ducks. I've used all of the other animal things that we have, the like bunny stump and the bird tree, the chicken coop, and I have had so much fun playtesting that I think it's going to be really, really good for anyone who hasn't maybe done gameplay before. Maybe you're solely just a builder. I definitely think you should give it a go because it's honestly like it's just so fun. Especially if you love animals, because, well, I mean, who doesn't, to be honest? So we're just finishing up the landscaping here. Most of the landscaping that we have is in the debug menu, and I mean, you know, if I'm gonna landscape, I'm gonna use debug landscaping because the texture's just so much nicer, and the colors and the swatches and everything. I think Romantic Garden will go amazing with these as well. I tried to limit the different items that I've used, but I also wanted to use like every single item. So hopefully in my next couple builds I will have a little bit more space. This I think is like a 20 by 30 lot, so it's not the biggest. I mean, it's kind of small for me. But yeah, the next one I think I'm gonna try and do the big farm because I want lots of space to work with. But we are almost coming to the end now. I really hope that you have enjoyed the little that I managed to save. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you will enjoy the cinematic tour at the end. I absolutely love this build. I've set it in autumn because the trees just look wow. That's all I can say, really. So yeah, let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you haven't already and you like my content and want to see more. So hopefully I will see you all next time. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye everyone.